Well, nobody's perfect. Chloe, has that ever happened to you before?
Sorry, what? Oh, I was just getting a brain fart. In fact, I have them all the time. Methane Mind Maxwell, they call me, actually. It's happening all the time.
That would always happen to me, I found, when I was pregnant.
Yeah, me too. My phone in the fridge. Didn't know where it was for days.
Wow, frozen phone, not a good look. Well, to help us make more sense out of all of this, please welcome neuroscientist Dr. Haydn Allbutt. Hi, Haydn.
Hello, how are you?
Tell me, I know that we've all done it before. You walk in at home, you open the door and you forget what you had to get, or you open the fridge door and I always forget what I was going there for. Why does this happen?
Yeah, well, there's two reasons for that. The first one is the length of time and how memory works. So when you're sitting in your lounge room watching the telly and the ads come on, you'll think, oh, right, I've got to go and get something from the fridge. By the time you get to the fridge, particularly if you're waylaid along the way with something else, it's upwards of a minute or more before you get there. Short-term memory or working memory only lasts for about 10 to 20 seconds. And so if you get to the fridge after that time, it's already left your brain. And so you've forgotten. It's just how memory works.
Can you work on that? Because my husband is really hopeless at that. I want something and he will forget.
Might be an early onset of dementia maybe as well.
I think so. Possibly. I'm really serious about this. Can you work on short-term memory loss?
Definitely, and that's just how the memory works as well. So when things get into that short-term memory, you can transfer them to longer memory, like episodic memory or other forms of memory, by just training them. So by someone tells you a phone number, I mean, you don't instantly remember that. You go over it and over it and over it and over it, and that's what works it into the longer-term memory. So by consciously thinking about the things that you have in your short memory, you will put them into longer-term memory.
I've got a bit of a weird question. My husband's a retired football player. He had quite a serious injury on his finger and ended up having to have it amputated. But I was just wondering, why does it sometimes feel like it's still there for him?
A phantom limb sensation. The sensation for all parts of your body are located in particular areas in your brain. And so even though you chop that finger off, those parts of the brain that receive information from your finger are still there. And so as far as your brain's concerned, you still have a finger.
In a basic form, that's like having really long hair and then getting it chopped off and then you off hairbrush and you keep going even though there's no more hair left.
Or you swish your head like that and you know, and there's no flick. That you can't feel the weight of it anymore. It feels really weird. And then you're, oh, that's why I had it go.
That's just your brain getting used to the new change, is what you said. Your brain has to adapt to change.
Yeah. And sounds located in space are very experience-oriented as well. So you know, if I clap like this and you had your eyes shut, you could point to where that sound's coming from, because you know that when a sound has that particular location in space, it has a certain set of frequencies about it, and your brain knows that and can tell where something comes in space, and that's purely experience.
What about when you sometimes feel your phone vibrating or hear it going off and it actually hasn't? What's going on there?
It's like a phantom phone vibrating.
It's like a horror movie.
All that sort of stuff is just about how your brain is recording the continuous information coming in around you. So every receptor over every parts of your body, all the sounds that are around you all the time, the vision that's coming into it. So long as your eyes are open, there is light and information coming in. You have to be able to switch between different sources of information and choose which ones you're going to use. So it's just a misinterpretation of this information that's always streaming into your brain and constantly trying to make sense of.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, Haydn. Really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. This week, head to livewellonline.com.au for tips that can help improve your memory. That right after the show, if I remember. Coming up, do you have unwelcome guests on your skin? We'll talk to a dermatologist about these visitors.